what that is. All right, cool. So I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to see who is on that has their camera on, who would like to contribute. And here's the thing, you guys, if you don't have your camera on, I think that maybe these people don't want to contribute and they're just having this on in the background. But I believe that you guys are here, so let's do this. Let's go to, let me go around the room. Let me see here. All right, so Maria Dominguez is on her walk. I know what she's doing out there. She's getting her fitness on. She's out there in the cold. Maria Dominguez, I'm going to have you bring the team out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. Whoever just took themselves off of mute, please put yourself back on mute. Thank you. All right, Maria Dominguez, hit us with it. Let's hear the good word from you. What's going on?
You're killing me, E, man.
No, okay, well, listen.
Oh my goodness.
We're developing our skills together.
Okay, thank you. So if you hear barking, it's my little guy. So I just read your email when I was logging in, and it was talking about we focus a lot on the past, what we should have, could have done, right? And we stay in that mode, and that keeps us stuck. And there's a reason why the front mirror or the front glass is bigger, the front window is bigger than the rear view mirror, because we really shouldn't stay stuck in the past. And I know, unfortunately for me, these past few days, as I have been reflecting, I've also been keeping myself stuck in what I woulda, shoulda, coulda done. So as we go through this week, let's forget what's behind us and let's focus on what's ahead of us, because there's so much more to be done, especially this week. It's gonna be raining, so y'all get ready to get it in and make those phone calls, because you're gonna be in the house. I know you are.
That's right. That's right. Maria, I love this. You guys, I want to share something with you, and I was reminded of this the other day. I used to work with this lady, and I thought she was crazy, but then other people thought I was crazy. And so there was this level of craziness. So she would every morning be sitting there reading, and she wouldn't talk to anybody for about an hour. And she would sit there in the corner like this. And I was like, what is she doing? She said, okay, it's crazy, right? She said that she was tapping her affirmations into her brain, and that she was saying it over and over and over again. And there was something about it. She shared this study with me once, that there was something about like tapping it into your head. I don't know. Do I necessarily believe it? No, here's the point though. She would sit there in the corner and she would tap, 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 tap. All right. Whatever her affirmations were into her brain. All right. I don't know what that stands for. Help me out. I'm not an acronym guy. So when I'm done with my point, Melissa, I want you to elaborate what that is, because somebody knows what that is. So she sit there and tap and tap and tap. And then I was in this giant theater, because I was the public speaker of the company. I was in the giant theater, and guess who I was talking to? A room, wall to wall, room full of no one. I was in there talking and seeing what it was gonna be like. And I would laugh and I would have jokes and I would do all these things to a room that didn't even exist. So when the people came in, your boy was ready. He was ready, he was prepared, and I had seen it. I had seen it and I had felt it and I had understood what I needed to do in order to be ready for those moments. I was up, I was prepared. Guys, I woke up this morning, 5 o'clock, I'm ready. I have a new calendar. I got things that I need to put on. I got a content calendar, all these things, you guys. So I'm fired up. So it's going to take me to my point in a second, but if you can elaborate, what is this thing, Melissa, that I'm doing here?
It's called tapping. It's EFT. It's the emotional freedom technique or something. They treat soldiers with PTSD with it. It's supposed to really work. I've done it before and didn't really have any success. You do this like series of tapping on your face and your hand.
And do you talk while you're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw someone else chime in, and you guys, I've never seen anybody else do it. I've done it a couple times. Okay, there's a link there. Thank you. Really quick, Will, because I want to make sure we stay on track, bro. What is that? Have you done that? Does this work? Tell me.
It doesn't work for me. It does work for a lot of human beings. Okay. What it does is it takes mental associations with tapping basically on chi or pressure points
Yes.
They allow stimulation of neurons with thought process to open up new neural pathways and to reconnect to things that have been shut down, similar to how a psychedelic therapy would open up neural pathways.
Beautiful. I love it. Here's the point. She was one of the rudest people to me that I've ever met, but then she ended up being one of the nicest people later on. I had to understand her. In her first year in the business, so we were working for a timeshare resort. Her first year, she shared everyone, they'd go around the room, what did you make? What did you make? $375,000 that she made in 10 and a half months. $375,000 in 10 and a half months. So whatever she tapped into her mind was working, and she was a fortress. So here's what I want you guys to do right now. What I was thinking about this morning was waking up our dreams, right? We all have those dreams, and sometimes through trials, tribulation, challenges that we're going through, sometimes our dreams seem a little bit further and further away. And I know that this game is tough sometimes, you guys. And don't think for a minute that this game is not tough on me. This game is tough on me. This game is tough on Kenny. We are faced with challenges similar to what you guys are facing every single day, you guys, every single day. So I know that you guys are challenged, and don't look at me, don't look at Kenny and be like, oh shit, well, it's easier over there. I'll tell you what, you guys, it's hard. We're faced with challenges every single day. So here's what I want you guys to do. Whether you're looking in the mirror, whether you're taking yourself, whether you're grabbing your head, what I want you to do right now, today, I want you to tell yourself, I'm gonna wake up my dreams. I'm gonna literally close my eyes and like, oh, let's go, Colette. Let's go, Chris. I'm gonna wake up my fucking dreams, because those are the things that were pushing you originally. Those are things that are desires within you. So you need to fucking shake yourself, physically or metaphysically, whatever way you want to do it, whatever you're tapping in, you need to start shaking yourself up and say, oh, all right, cool. Hey, I was sleeping for a minute. I'm fucking up. Dreams, I'm ready. I'm with you. Let's go. That's my sentiment for this morning. You guys, I woke up so excited, so grateful, and I want to share this energy with you. And I have a question for everybody that's on the line today. And I have a question for people that will watch this in the future. I want you to define, and I'm going to come around the room today. And if you've never contributed on group coaching, guess what? I'm going to call on you today. This room today is going to be about action, about clear intention, about being involved. And if you don't want to get involved in group coaching and you don't like talking on group coaching, I'm going to ask you right now kindly to please exit stage left, because I'm going to call on you because I believe in you. I'm going to call on you because I know that this is going to push everybody. That's why we're here today. We're going to get a little bit uncomfortable. So I want to ask everybody, what is the highest version of yourself? What is the highest version of yourself? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What are you doing? And right now, if you put yourself today, you guys, sorry, I got some goosebumps right now. You can tell I'm really, really excited. I'm fired up right now, and I'm a little bit emotional about this conversation. So I don't want you guys to take any of this excitement for anything other than I'm truly, truly grateful to be here. Let me elaborate. I want you to put yourself into that highest version of yourself, that highest level person, right? Think about that for a moment. Stay there and let that soak in. And I want you to ask yourself, if you were to operate at your highest level version of yourself, the highest level version of Thomas Sebastian, the highest level version of Dominique Curtis, the highest level version of Romel Taylor, if I was to operate out of that, what is the worst thing? The worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is maybe I didn't make an appointment, maybe I didn't get into contract, but did you learn? Did you grow? Did you make progress? Do you feel accomplished for the day? Like, how would you truly, truly feel? And what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is pretty damn good from my vantage point. It's pretty damn good. But what happens is, for some reason, the universe, whatever happens, is that we don't play from that highest level version of ourselves. However, each of you know what that feels like. You know what that highest level person is. Damn, I am on fire. I am crushing. I feel good. I worked out. I ate healthy. I stuck to a calendar. I stuck to a schedule. I did my calls. I had some fun. I did all the things that were necessary. How many people have ever felt that moment? Please raise your hand if you have felt that moment. Please give me a hand up if you have felt that moment. So it's within you, right? It exists. But what did you have to do in order to be that person? You had to make some conscious choices. You had to make some subconscious choices. You had to show up in a way that was completely different. So back to the original question. If you were to write it out, if you were to articulate, what is the highest level version of yourself? What does that look like? Who do you need to be? What do you need to embody? And how do you need to show up in this world? And by a result of those things and you operating at your highest version of yourself, who is affected? Who is impacted? How are you impacted? How's your family impacted? How? So it's a question that I'm sure everyone has the answer to. But to go on the other side of that, what stands in our way of that? Why do we allow ourselves not to operate in our highest level person? Why? Why are we okay with giving ourselves excuses? Why? I just don't understand it, you guys. And if you feel that I'm fucking fired up this morning, goddamn right I am. I am goddamn fucking fired up because I believe in you so much. And when I see or feel that you guys are not living up to your potential, I get fired up because I see from the sidelines. And this is years and years, you guys, of human development and working with thousands and thousands of people. You get to see it. You get to see it. And then you notice when people are not, and all you want to do is try to help any way that you can. But I can only do so much. What I will not do, I cannot make Alejandra productive. I cannot make Aaliyah Fahey productive. I can't make Nicole productive. I just can't. I would go crazy. What we can do is we can facilitate a condition for you guys to be able to choose. And today, you guys have some choices to make. You have some choices on how you're going to play in this world, what you're going to do, and how you're going to show up. So I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to ask the people some questions. And it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's cool. That's why we're here. I want you guys to wake up today. I want you guys to shake your dreams and say, oh, hey, there you are. Sorry, I lost sight for a moment. So I want to ask you guys, really, if you were to play at your highest version of yourself, what would that look like this week? What are you committed to achieving today alone? Today. Okay, I had it down the week, but I'm changing it. Today, just today. What is the highest version of yourself? And what are you committed to accomplishing by the time it hits 12 midnight tonight? So I'm either going to ask everyone just to raise their hands, or I am just going to start calling out people and calling you out because I love you, right? I love you. This isn't about public shaming. This is about us getting better together. So I want to encourage you. I want to implore you to raise your hand. And if you don't, I'm just going to call on you because I love you and I believe in you. And you guys, hopefully you guys can feel my true passion for a conversation today. I'm going to start out with Ophelia, Anna, and you guys, please raise your hand, get involved in this. First question to you, Ophelia, what is the highest version of yourself?
The highest version of myself is really pushing through. Honestly, all of last 2 weeks has been so eye-opening that if I just commit despite the fear, that other side of fear, it feels amazing. You're just like, let's gain that confidence and let's keep going. So I have my script, not the script, I have my plans for today as what I'm going to keep going forward. Like giving that presentation this weekend, it woke something inside of me. It was so amazing.
Right,
I've always known. Sorry, I'm like going
I got goosebumps with you talking about this because there was a time 6 months ago where one of the biggest fears that this woman had said, I am so fearful of public speaking. Oh my God, Elias, I can't do it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Do you know who you are? I've heard you speak. Wait a minute. So tell us about what happened yesterday. Tell us.
So I have been doing that. I have actually that book, Cybernetics, what Catalina started. So I was visualizing, I was sitting in, standing in empty rooms myself, talking, but I have been doing this for years. I had been visualizing being somewhere, just that I didn't know it was intent. It's like there is something inside me wanting to come out. Like it's that. I just never aligned it. And I've been told many a times, like, you have a message. It's gonna come out of you someday. And I think when we met that one time too, I said, Elias, there's some, like, I need a message that needs to come out. I just don't know what that message is. And when I was standing there giving a introduction, so it was the first time home buyer seminar to Spanish, but I put a presentation together and I said, this is my why. My why is that my dad crossed 3 borders to get here. I'm here because of his sacrifice, and his sacrifice won't go in vain. And one thing you can't get back is time. And all that time I spent, I can't get back. And every time you keep sitting there, you're going to do something and you don't do it, all of it has gone away. So when my dad died, I said, this is not going to be in vain. So where he stops, I want to keep going. So I had a graph, a picture of a father, a son, and a little baby on top. I said, somebody woke up a dream in my dad's life to get over here. That was that person. Then he made it here. Now I want to stand on his shoulders, and I want my kids to stand on my shoulders. So, yeah.
All right. So let's give her a round of applause. Let's give her some love. Let's give her some reactions on the screen below. You guys, listen to her voice, listen to her energy, listen to how aligned she is right now. Ophelia, I'm gonna give you a compliment. So my lady the other day, because she follows you, she's like, God, Ophelia, she's just been like, her energy is like super different lately. And like, she's just been showing up. She's like, tell her good job from me. So like people see what you're doing. So Ophelia, great stuff. If there was one thing that you were committed to achieving just today, share with the world, what is it?
So I am, Ernesto's really the one. Every time Ernesto speaks, I just soak it all in. So he kept saying, become a resource, or if you're in this business, you're helping people. So I said, okay, I'm going to start mapping out my months, how I'm giving back to the community. I already got an idea from Maria's friend, and I want to start something similar here in Fairfield, which is like, ladies, go into your closets. If you're not using anything that's business attire, let's come together and give it to those who are in shelters, who want to go to job interviews, who want to start up a new business, a new attire, and let's donate to them so they can have at least that confidence to go in there with a new, fresh attire that they didn't have to buy. And that somebody believed in them and they donated this to them and encouraged them as they're there. Like, yeah, you guys got this. It's Women's Month. So I'm committed to that.
You guys, I don't know about you. Am I tripping, or are you guys hearing a different side of Ophelia, right? And listen, Ophelia had challenges. Ophelia had, and if I can speak freely, Ophelia, she had self-limiting beliefs, right? When you guys see Ophelia, you feel this energy and this light, and she shines, but she had self-limiting beliefs like a lot of us do. And now she's facing that and getting over it and taking action. So by the end of today, you are going to start a group for clothing to give to women that might not have clothing, so they can go out and be successful and feel good about themselves. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. Yes, correct. I'm meeting with one person who's already done it. So I know exactly what she's already had the roadmap, right? She's already laid it out. So now I just need to not reinvent the wheel, get it from her. And then how do we plug it in here locally? So that's it.
I love it. And I'm going to come to Keelan, I'll come to Chris, I'll come to Anna, I'll come to Joellen in just a moment. But I want you guys to we're not going to have the conversation about your why. I think we've done that before. But here's what I want you to do, is I want you to check in. What I mean by checking in is that oftentimes when you're asked, well, what's your why? We default answer, oh, it's my family. I fucking love them. You know, I love my family, but that's not my why. That's not my why. My why, when I close my eyes, is a 12-year-old kid that didn't have a house. Parents were addicted to meth. We didn't know where our food was coming from. We were on the streets. That is the life that I will never, ever experience again. And that is my driving motivator. My stability is everything, and never to have to feel like that 12-year-old, and never have my kids ever feel like that 12-year-old Elias. That's a different why. And I'll tell you what, you guys, I got a point to prove every single day, and I got miles to go every single day. You guys, that's why I love on my mom and Donald. Like, I just want to do cool things for them because they've came so far in their lives. I just want to go and take them on vacations. We're delivering Donald a truck this week. I'm driving him a truck because Melody and Costa gave us a truck, and I'm going to go stoke my dad and give him a truck. You know how long that gratitude's going to carry on in his life? The dude is going to smile so big. But anyways, get aligned with that. Let's go to Keelan. Let's go to Chris. Let's go to Joellen when she comes back to her car. Keelan Johnson, my man, want to ask if you're going to contribute. I'm going to ask you put your camera on so we can see your beautiful face. Keelan Johnson going once, going twice. All right, we'll come back to Keelan, Chris Edwards, and then we'll go over to Anna Oliver. Let's hear it.
All right, so the highest version of myself is being a leader. To be honest with you, my whole life, I kind of shied away from being a leader because when you're a leader, you got to hold yourself accountable because you have to set yourself as an example. So you can't preach something if you're not practicing it. And that's, I just want to be that guy in San Francisco. I'm not going to even lie to you. Like I had a reflection with myself, and it's like, not trying to take away from anything, sound like I'm conceited or anything, but I'm 6'7", bro. You cannot not see me. So if I'm out here, I need to be doing something that's productive. Don't just be here on the scene just to be on the scene, things like that. So I also did some self-reflection. I like video games, right? I haven't played my PlayStation in about 6 months, but I always have this little video game on my phone, doing my checklist every day, making sure I get all my daily tasks out the way so I can get the maximum amount of points. And I'm sitting here like, Chris, we have Sisu, bro. Sisu is the same accountability thing that you're doing right here. This isn't making you any money. Real estate can make you an abundance of money. You have a family who cares about you. You're in one of the best, if not the best team in the world because of everything and how supportive they are. Everybody supports you, Chris. There's nobody that's not here. This is a family. So I just want to be that guy. And the only way to be that guy is to be that guy, period. No more talking, action. So this Friday, I was supposed to meet up with Cortez to go do some video, but he had something he couldn't do. I mean, he had something he had to do, so he couldn't make it. And I wasn't going to come into the office. And then the same conversation, what I just said to you guys, I was like, fuck that. Go put on a shirt. Let's go make a video. See what happened. Took me 60, 70 tries. I got to go through all these videos and edit and clip and all that. But it's just the fact that I went in there and did. I called you. I text you. Elias, frustrated as hell. What the fuck is this? It's not starting. Anyway, y'all get the gist, y'all. It's going to be, I haven't posted a video all year. I finally did. So now, since I pointed a video in the way that I made a video in the way that I did it, like I'm here. So now I got to follow up with that. So today I'm going to go through those 60 clips and try and get 90 seconds out of that and start from there. And every day, just keep improving.
Man, I love it. And listen, Chris, your voice needs to be as tall as you are and taller, right? When you hover over everyone because of your height, then you need to show up that way and you need to be larger than life and you need to be that big dog, right? But visibility is one thing that each of you can own. If you guys at this point in the game are still not on social media, I want to shake you and say, what the fuck are you doing? You have every opportunity to go out there and create this beautiful life for yourself, but just sleeping on video in 2023, let's get real. Let's just get real. So Chris, hover over everyone. Let them see that big personality, bro. Go out there and dunk on some fools, man, and make this happen. Because we believe in you, and I know you believe in yourself, man. So go dunk on some fools today and make it happen. And Chris, if there was one thing that you're going to accomplish by the end of the day today, what is it?
I'm gonna get that video edited. That's it. It's taking long to download. It's getting frustrating, but I'm gonna just get it out the way.
You don't have to edit it. Send it to the shredders. They'll do the editing for you. And then you get back a clean copy that is ready for social media. You don't have to spend any amount of your time doing something you hate doing. Don't do it, Chris. Just send it to the shredders and let them get that shit done for you. And you move on to doing other things. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chris, we believe in you. Appreciate you. Keelan, your turn, big dog. Let's hear from you. Who are the, okay, hold on a second. You guys should know this. We offer you guys Shredditors. The Shredditors are a team of now 4 video editors. When you're seeing the videos that have all the screen grabs and the captions and all these cool things that you're seeing, that's done in-house. If you are a Team Fast member, you have exclusive rights to the Shredditor. Judith or Ria or Roma, if you're on the call, can you please drop, no, it's not an email. And you guys, this is about you having awareness. If you don't know that we have Shredditors, you guys are not reading emails and you're not in Slack. All right. This is not a fucking housekeeping conversation. I'm going to put the link down below. Have that link, save that link. So anytime you have a video, whether you shoot it at home or in the fast booth, you send it to them and you tell them. And we even covered this at the meeting last week. You tell them what you want, at what stage, what style, what font, what screen grabs, what flow that you want, and then they give it back to you. And then if there's any other edits, say, oh, I didn't like page 2, I didn't, or at the 30 seconds in, and then you work with them. So Roma, Ria, or Judith, if you guys can put the Shredditor link down below, take the ease over. And Ophelia, Will, I'm glad that you guys asked, because you guys have something that will elevate everyone's video game. Keelan Johnson, let's hear from you, bro. What is the highest level version of you, big dog? I want to hear from you. Go ahead and take yourself off of mute. Anna will come to you next, Joellen, and then Cortez.
Much love to everybody for showing up for themselves today. First off, for me, the highest version of myself is similar to what my man Chris said, and what you said, being younger and not having much, not having a home, not having the support that I needed. My goal is to give that to other people through information and through my actions. And each day, I'm in a different type of situation right now, transitioning in my life, like a major transition. And it's been allowing me to really self-reflect and look at myself, and the one thing that I've said that I want to do is lead with my actions over my words and give back to my community. And I'm just diving full force, man. My motto, anybody can take it if they want, is action over verbs. So verbs are just words that describe actions. Actions are actual actions. You know what I mean? So for me, my higher self is doing for my community, is helping as many clients as I can, is making those calls, is working out. Man, I want to be buff by a year, man. Give me 10 months. I'm trying to look like Elias on steroids, like being calm, being patient, really tapping into my spirituality, just taking all aspects of a conscious being, as well as somebody who moves in a space in this world that bring people up and lift them up and just provide. I want to be a resource. I just found out from the listing I'm at, I'm in Will's listing right now, actually, and he has some clients come up, and she introduced herself, and I told her my name, and she said, that's my son's name. Keelan is my son's name. And I was like, oh, wow, you don't meet too many Keelans nowadays. And she said, do you know what it means? And I was like, I just looked up the Irish meaning. It means slim or something like that. And she said, no, not at all. She said, Keelan in Hawaiian, it means a giver of, she says, you serve and give to others through love. And that's how you receive love, by giving to others. And I was like, wow, I never knew that until today. I appreciate that gift. So that's my higher self, is giving back, period, point blank, giving back in all forms. And the first person I have to get back to is myself. Then I'll be able to give back to the rest of the world. So that's what my highest version of myself looks like.
Man, Keelan, I absolutely love this message. I want to ask you a question. By the end of the day today, what is one thing that you're committed to accomplishing today?
All the tasks that I created for myself. So working out, knocking down these showings, taking my daughter to her violin practice, going to my son's jujitsu class, going to the office and setting up my curriculum for the week for the students, pretty much knocking out everything on my list just to be proactive and get started. So,
man, I love this. And Keelan, like, if that is your cause, that's your purpose, that is, like Jeff Phillips says, to walk in your purpose, then show that. And I love this. And Judith, let's make this the thumbnail for the session, action over verbs. I absolutely love that. What happens when you declare to the world, oh shit, I'm going to do this, I'm going to give it to my community, I'm going to create video, I'm going to show up, and I'm going to do all these things. and then you don't do, and I'm not saying not doing it. What happens though if you don't do any of that? What do people start to think about you? Do they start believing you, or they start believing like, maybe that shit was false. Maybe that shit was false, and it's not, right? That's why you show them, right? You show them that I'm here to serve, to love, to give, to bring my community together. And I don't need to say shit. Just watch your boy, because you're going to show up in a big way in 2023. So Keelan, I really, really connect with that. Really great stuff. Anna Oliver, let's hear from you. Then I'll come to Joellen, and then I'll come to Cortez. Anna Oliver, want to ask of you if you can put your camera on for this contribution.
I'm actually taking a shower. I jumped out. Sorry.
Hey, listen, I appreciate the commitment. Please don't put your camera on. Go ahead and share your knowledge, your contribution. Let's hear from you.
So amplify my strengths and embrace fear and failure. And I got to keep pushing because my trauma kicks in, my childhood trauma. So Lil Anna, I have to kind of like tell her, you're an adult now, right? You're don't worry, right? I know you understand it. So yeah, amplify my strengths. And by doing that, I have to face coming out my introvert shell. And that's been really, really freaking hard for me. Because I'm always solo. So what I did a few weeks ago, I called George on a client that I was having problems with. I've been nurturing her for about maybe 4 months, and she ghosted me. And George put her on a drip and she came back. So I'm trying to kind of like work with other realtors and not stay solo. I have to get out of this. Yeah.
I love that. Listen, and we've said this time and time again, don't grow in isolation, right? There's power in the collective,
Right.
There's power in the different styles of personality and communication patterns. So I love this. So Anna, if there's one thing that you're committed to accomplishing by the end of the day today, what is that?
Follow my calendar like I follow my Bible and schedule.
Ooh.
Because I'm not following it. So I'm putting it in that position like a Bible, right?
Good. You know what? You know how much the calendar means to me. I love that commitment to self and to your journey. Amanda told me the other day, she's like, well, Silas has his first T-ball practice. And if you guys know me, you know I'm competitive. I love my boy. I don't want to miss that. I'm like, it's not on the calendar. She's like, oh, well, I thought you knew. I'm like, I knew, but it wasn't on the calendar. And so a week before, somebody else put something in that time spot. And so like everything, you guys, is my calendar is, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then if it's not on there, in my world, it doesn't really exist. So Anna, I fully support that. Cortez, my man's pacing back. It looks like he's on a cover of an album right now. Your boy is ready. So Cortez, hit us with it. Take yourself off of mute. Let's hear from you. Highest version of yourself. What does that look like? How do you need to show up? Let's hear from you, big dog, and I'll come to Joellen in just a moment.
So I was just listening to Anna. Anna, I feel you so much because I'm like an introvert too. I could be either way. I could be like super outgoing or super isolated. And that's why I'm here on these meetings, because I had kind of isolated myself and I'm like, I need to let go of my ego and stuff like that and learn and get poured into. So my highest version is to really let go of the ego and to be humble and to collaborate more and network with my team. Keelan, I felt everything he was saying too. That was like perfect in alignment with me because I want to be a huge factor in my community in Vallejo. I already do stuff in the community, but I want to get better. So my highest version is just egoless and just be humble.
God,
That's it.
I love that. And if there's one thing that you're committed to accomplishing, committed by the end of the day today, what is it, Cortez?
Man, it's Sisu. It's Sisu. I'm going to update Sisu right after this meeting. Actually, I have a couple appointments today. I'm gonna put them in. I'm going to start tracking. I bought this smart water bottle recently, and it just shows you the power of tracking. So I'm tracking how much I'm drinking. Like it's right on my phone. It lights up when I need to drink more. And I actually have been drinking, like I've been hitting that gallon mark every day because of the tracking. So I'm like, Sisu is the same thing. On Friday, you said, let Sisu be a mirror of what you're doing. And that really spoke to me. So I'm gonna get into that.
I love that. And you guys, we're gonna obviously create a video on it. We're gonna be out today. So like Dominique's on the call. There's a couple other people that are coming to Hustlers Lunch today. George is one of the people. Jacqueline on this call, who's relatively new. Cynthia, Cyrus, just kind of naming off some of the names off the top of my head. But we're doing Hustlers Lunch today. It's a culinary experience, and it's a culinary experience for us to all to come together. And it's not necessarily that you just got in a contract. No, it's celebrating all the behaviors, all the activities. So if you guys want to participate in some dope, lunch and get together with people, me and Kenny, and like celebrate you guys, like that's one way that we do that. Hustlers Lunch is a cool experience, you guys. And so I'm looking forward to that today. And that's from people that were in the top categories for 5 categories in Sisu. So Cortez, looking forward to seeing you at the next one, big dog. Let's go to Joellen. Then I'll come to Will, and then I'll come over to Alejandra. So Joellen, if the audio is shoddy, I'll let you know, and then we'll just cut your camera. We'll just have your audio. You're still muted, Joellen.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, loud and clear. Let's hear it.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now to show up for my best is obviously doing all the things that you're supposed to do, but also deep diving into the niches. I'm doing a lot of research right now on assumable loans where I'm going to actually become an expert, and how that's going to help right now in this market is there's a lot of sellers who have had to expire out, couldn't sell their home because the buyers can't afford the interest rates. Well, so far I'm getting ready to get my second listing on assumable loan, because now I'm approaching people with saying, hey, your house didn't sell, you have an assumable loan, this is what I've done over here. So I'm now,
hold on. So just so I understand, you showing up as the highest version of yourself means educate yourself more. Is that what I'm hearing?
yes.
Okay. All right. Continue on. Sorry, I just want to make sure I was clear.
Yeah, just educating so that you can be an expert at whatever you're trying to do right now, right? Which will help us in the long run, because we don't educate ourselves with what's going on. We're just going to show up, and open doors. And I'm not just here to open doors. I'm here to build relationships, knowledge, all that good stuff. But also, I have an amazing event coming up Wednesday in a town that I don't even live anymore, and I pulled everything together. But our charity is for Dress for Success, and it's women who need to basically have unit outfits for interviewing and stuff. And I remember when I was 19 years old, I was one of those girls that went to the closet to get an outfit for an interview.
God, I love that.
So, and my thing is, I hear, we have trauma, and, sometimes our trauma can keep us down in the dark. But for me, it's different. My trauma keeps me going, and I don't go backwards. I thrive off of how can I get here? How can I get there? What can I do next?
Yeah.
So
I love it. And Joel, and if there's one thing that you're committed to accomplishing by the end of the business or end of the day today, what would it be?
it's logging in Sisu as well.
Ooh, God, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this, you guys. Good stuff. And you know what? Notice that I never said anything about Sisu. I'm glad that you guys are coming to this on your own realization. I want to go back to something somebody said. Oftentimes, we are programmed based on the things that have happened in our past and in our childhood. For example, maybe you were taught that you don't trust anybody, right? No matter what, you don't trust nobody. And I get that to a certain degree. However, we evolve as humans. We have to learn to let go of things. We have to learn to build different types of relationships. We have to learn to do the things that are hard, to get out of our comfort zones, to say hi to the strangers in our world. Like, we have to learn to sometimes break those nuances in life that are not necessarily serving us. And so, Anna, I appreciate you bringing that, up, because I could remember that insecure kid that only wore Pro Wings because everyone else is wearing Jordans, but my mom couldn't afford them. So I always had the busted stuff, and everyone else looked cool and they had starter jackets. And I just wanted to be that cool kid, but I never could have that stuff. So it built insecurity. And then I would get in fights so I could be tough and I didn't have to show my insecurities. And so it's like, and some of that, kind of carries on with you when you get older, but then it's just like, you just realize who you are, what you have to contribute to the world, and like none of that matters. And so I appreciate that conversation. Time to sometimes evaluate what are maybe some of the beliefs that are deep rooted that are no longer serving you, and find ways to reshape and reframe. And that's it's a little hard at first, but once you do it, you can become a totally different person. So, Anna, I appreciate that. Will Dangler, let's go to you, and then I'm going to go over to Alejandra. So, Will, let's hear from you, big dog.
Over, motherfucker.
Somebody just Otis. What was that?
So I'm just sitting here listening.
Okay, cool. Will, let's hear from you, big dog. And dude, if you need anything, man, I don't know if I can provide anything, but craziest storms that we have seen in the last 20 years.
Well, that's kind of what I'm keying into here. If anybody's on the call or if you worked with me before, you know that I'm kind of a high energy mind state guy. I'm just trying to get my flow back. It's been, and this is not to complain, guys. This is just reality. I always or normally have my shit together. I'm week 4 of full-time parenting with Sierra not being in school. It's snow days constantly. I'm a single dad with no partner. I'm stuck in a cabin in a blizzard. 15 days in the last 21 days, I've been in this cabin with my kid cooking and cleaning. Half the time she's been sick. So there's no getting out of the house. There's no bringing people in. There's no stopping by to see homies. We had a landlord who's pressuring us who just got our short-term rental permit and, paying a shit ton of money for this house to have to deal with drama. And I found a cheaper place. Now I got to move in a blizzard in 12 days and my kid is still sick, so I'm one of those guys that's kind of ghost from social media right now. My energy isn't there. I'm not, it's kind of like Harry Potter movies and shit and working through all this stuff, but not meditating, not leaving the house to go out and hike and do my normal shit because I can't. And my energy levels are not high, so for me, the last couple of days have been really nurturing my child and Harry Potter movies. So for today, it's TV off for me. I'm getting a solid hour of meditation in. I got my psycho-cybernetics. I'm going to spend an hour at least reading and get out and do a snow hike. We have blue skies today. So for me, it's trying to get some vitamin D in and kind of reset and touch into a bit of myself. I just don't want to feel like this right now. So, I put my energy up and I'm just trying to be real with you guys because I'm normally talking like all my shit is dialed and it's just not at the moment, to be honest.
You know what? Listen, I appreciate the humility and I appreciate you being super, super vulnerable with us. Here's the thing. A lot of times when Will speaks, he's obviously one of the top producers in our environment, had his best solo year ever last year, but the dude's human, right? He's human, right? So what I want to encourage you to do is that there's other people right now in your community, on that mountain, off that mountain, that are experiencing everything that you're going through. So maybe you're a vessel to bring other people together and say, you know what, hey, I'm a dad, I'm in the snow, it's been tough, but let's all come together. Maybe there's a platform, maybe you put together a group on Facebook, bro. And it's like, it's like the storm dads, it's the storm families, it's the storm parents. It's like, what are we doing to keep ourselves positive? How can we come together? Is there anything we could do as a neighborhood, as locals? Man, there's probably people that need you and you don't even know yet. Right. And so maybe this is a way for you to give back and say, hey, yeah, I am a professional. I feel like I have my business, but right now I've never been in 20 feet of snow. I'm having some challenges. There's other people that are experiencing the same thing you are. Maybe you're that vessel, bro, to bring people together in this time. Because I've lived in Tahoe, bro, and I lived in one of the worst storms, but it's nowhere near what it is right now for you guys. And especially, you're new to this, man. You're new to living in the snow, bro. So my heart goes out to you. Thank you for sharing. If you need anything from us, your brothers and sisters, you just let us know, man. We're a phone call away. If you just want to rap and talk on the phone, man, you just give me a call. I'm 100% here for you. And if you need some refuge, you wanted to get away, bro, you and your daughter could come here for a day or so to get off the mountain, man. We would be okay with that. We got a whole extra side of the house. You guys can come and chill. That's my offer to you and to your family.
I appreciate all you guys. The moment I can get off of this damn mountain and get her into class, I will take you up on it. And I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for hearing me out.
Appreciate you, brother. Artie, you had commented while he was speaking. Just want to make sure that we address what you were saying. Artie, you want to take yourself off of mute, bro?
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. My heart got so full of like sympathy as he was talking and I've been in dark places like that myself where it just feels like the world is just bombarding you with shit after shit. And you don't have an opportunity to take a breath. And you got a daughter, you got this mountain, you got all this stuff going on. You're trying to make a living. And I so much compassion for you, so much love. I just blurted it out and I'm sorry for interrupting, but just don't forget, there's old cheesy adages that, you know, when you're going through hell, the only thing what you do when you're going through hell is that you keep going. You know, when the arrow feels like you're getting pulled back, it's because you're about to get released like an arrow. And so just keep that forward thinking in mind, and just remember that tomorrow the sun will rise again. And these things come and they go, and this too shall pass.
Love it, Artie. Hey, thank you for your contributions. That's why I called on you. I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Thank Alejandra and then Otis White. I'm going to have you be the last contribution on this topic. Alejandra, officially welcome to Team Fast. It's great to have you here. Alejandra, what is your contribution?
Well, happy Monday, everybody, and I hope you have a good weekend. Well, I think for myself is actions. I think I remember I came to the US 8 years ago, and I was professional back in my country. I'm from Colombia. And when I was back in my country, all my family was like, are you crazy? You have a good career here. What are you going to do there? And I came here and I basically quiet my family out, showing them that I could do it. And this is what I wanted to do. And I think that's one of the highs for me, because I am a person of actions more than words. I can tell you many things, but I will show you through actions I can do it. So it's just one of those things that you just gotta keep trying, even if you fail, and keep yourself motivated even in the dark. So
I love it.
And that's all for me.
Alejandro, let me ask you a question. What are you committed to accomplishing by the end of the day today? What are you committed
Well,
to?
I have a lot of things to do. I think I have a lot of housekeeping to do as a new member. And I actually trying to put back my gym, workouts back in my calendar, because it's been a little tough for me to do that. So I am planning on that today on top of my housekeeping things. So I hope to have that done.
Love it. Well, welcome to the team. Let's give her official Team Fast welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Looking forward to supporting your goals. Otis White, let's have you be the last contribution, my man. Highest version of yourself. What does that look like?
I just wanted to send some love to Will. Shit's hard. Sometimes life had to put you at a standstill for you to be able to really look at what's going on. He's been moving at such a high level for so long. I think this will be some good time. Sucks that your daughter's not sick, man, but she's gonna remember this time, because a day out of school for a kid is a fucking happy day. So the fact that she's had 15 now to be home with dada, even though you guys are both been sick and she's been sick more, that shit really hit home, because we all have, pretty much majority of the team has kids, and when they're down, especially him, he's a single father, so I can only imagine. When I have my son, I can't fucking focus for an hour. So I can only imagine. So Will, we got business together, and I don't even give a fuck about that, brother, until you're right, until you guys are good. If there's anything that I could do in the meantime, I will, because you are a fucking inspiration at being where you're at. And I hope to be there. To back to your question, Elias, the highest version of myself is holding shit down. When you start to get deals, it's great. But when you start to get multiple deals, the shit is hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck to stay on topic. It's hard as fuck when you're not having clients that are all the same, when you got one's a little harder than the other. Just holding it down. My partner's living her fucking best life right now in Greece. I so wish I was out there, but holding it down is getting kind of hard for me right now, being flustered with 4 deals that's out and then trying to write 2 and 1 right now. So just being able to keep up, as you get better at this, learning how to be able to keep up without it fucking driving you crazy, and learning your markets too. I mean, you might be lucky enough to stay in one market. Myself, I'm going through a transition now where I was out in Solano County, where all my business was, to now being here in the East Bay and learning it. Like I told you the other day, like $25,000 wasn't even skin in the game out here, where I'm getting people $25,000 in Solano County back. So just staying on the ball, knowing what you're dealing with. And if you can't come to one of these fucking coaching sessions from Monday, Wednesday, or Friday and not feel what your brother and sisters are going through, and take that shit and use it as some momentum, some motivation, or just to get your ass up if you're being lazy. I don't know what. I was hungover as fuck before I got up this morning. I did not want to be here. But you guys gave me life. You guys are getting me back on my track. And to do something today, I'm gonna get this fucking offer in, regardless of where it's at right now. By the end of the day, it's gonna be submitted to this listing agent.
Man, that's you know what? Like no matter what, just showed up. So I have a challenge for everybody before I get to the challenge. Identify what that highest version of yourself looks like, because I tell you what, when you're operating in your true principle, when you're in alignment with the words that you speak, your actions follow, right? You're not lying to yourself first and foremost, and you're not lying to others, right? You're showing up the way that you truly, truly believe that you want to and need to show up in the world. And there's congruency, right? Oftentimes we speak, however, like Keelan said, our actions don't support that. And then people say, ugh, that's a fraud, right? You guys are real. So live in that purpose and be able to identify what that highest version of yourself is, and grasp that and hold on to it and understand that. And I just want to say, I respect you guys so much today for showing up. Mondays are always challenging for me. Wednesdays, we can talk about the marketing. Mondays are always challenging because that is really when human development, psychology, and emotional intelligence is most important on these Monday calls. And so you guys, like I said, I have similar challenges. I have to prepare and I have to make sure that at least the question gives us momentum. And here we are, an hour in, and I promise you, if we had the time, I could stay here for longer with you guys. So I just want to say thank you for doing this, but I have a challenge for everybody. Not only to go and do the things that you said you're going to do, to accomplish the things that you said, but take something that you heard today, whether it was inspirational, maybe it was motivational, maybe it was a wake-up call, and fucking take your dreams, shake your dreams, put a camera on and say, hey guys, I want to share 3 things that I took away from our group coaching session today. And if this is a session that you would like to get involved with and you feel that it would benefit you because it's benefited me, here's the link, and I'll love to have you as my guest. You guys, bring people to this environment because I promise you, they will grow. They will grow. And I have seen it hundreds and hundreds of times over. So I want to encourage you to spend some time, just make one small video of something that you took from today. Some of you will step up, and some of you will live in that perpetual cycle of, I'm not good on video. It's really your choice, you guys. It's your choice. Just go out there, be yourself, and have some fun with it. So we'll close out with that, you guys. I really, really appreciate everything. I see everyone, well, 10 people for Keep It Movers, for God damn it, Hustlers Lunch this afternoon. I'm really excited about that. So you guys, thank you for all your contributions at the highest level today. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, your goals, and your vision, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.